All right, so now I'm gonna put together a bow drill. I have some privet here. It's a dead privet, and we're gonna split this up and see if we can get it to start. I got a mallet. We're gonna split it with my knife. I got a piece of green privet here, and this is what we're gonna use as our handhold or our handle. And then another piece of dead privet right here for our spindle. And then a green piece of privet right here is going to be our bow. And then I've collected some dead grass on the riverbank over here, and we're going to see if we can get this thing started. You're going to need a big leaf or something to catch your coal. And let's go ahead and split this up and see what we can do. Oh, and I got some bank line. I'm using some bank line for my bow drill. And we're going to take our knife, we're going to split it right down the middle here. And then we're just going to carve it out a little bit. Yeah, it's good and dry. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make me a little area right here where the spindle is going to go. Now we're going to carve this thing down. Sharpen it down kind of like a pencil eraser. You got a good point on one end, a pencil eraser on the other, just like you was going to write something. Now this right here is our handhold. And you don't want to split it in the middle, you want to split it a little bit lower than the middle. All that's going to do is we're going to put a divot in here, and it's going to hold the point right here, something you can hold onto while it's spinning. And I chose green because one, the moisture will help lubricate it. Two, it won't burn up as fast. Now I like to take my saw, and a lot of people's going to be like, what are you doing, dude? But I will cut down in here like that and flip it over on the same angle and cut back here. And I'll show you why in just a second. Now with that, I'll take my string and I'll put an overhand knot in it. Bear with me now. And then slide it in that groove that you just cut. Just like that. And then come out and measure it off just like so, leaving you a little bit of slack in there. You want it to where you can wrap it twice. Like this. And then it'll be real tight from that. So we'll come back here and tighten it. And then put another overhand loop knot in here. Let's see if it works out the way I planned. Now, your bow's loose, and when you tighten it up, there's one, and there's two. Now let's see if we can get them together. Come on, come together. There we go. Now, that helps keep it from slipping back and forth or whatnot. All right, so now, what we're going to do is what they call the burn-in process. We set this dude right here. And put our knife up before it gets lost. Now you take the end and that divot that you created, and put the top on, and then you're gonna have to put a little bit of pressure, not a lot. And then we're not making a fire right now. We're just burning this in. We're just getting it ready. We're mating it up. And it's making plenty of dust. And it's gonna start smoking. Just like that. Now, what you've done is you've burned it in. You're gonna get rid of that dust right here. You see where your hole is, you see where your notch has gotta be. So we're gonna cut a notch to the center, almost to the center of this hole with the saw. Like a V notch. Not quite to the center. My saw getting stuck. And then same thing on this side. Come on, work with me. And then take my knife and cut that out. I think I made it a little too big, but what I'll do is carve out down here a little bit on both sides. And what that's going to do is allow more air to get in. There we go. Some people do it, some people don't. It don't matter. All right, so now we are ready to start a fire. Hopefully my notch ain't too big. I made it a little big. One thing I will do before we start is make this back a little sharper. More to a pencil point. And there we go. So now, come undone. Don't you dare. All right, roll that dude down like that. All right, so now, put your foot close, lean into it. Let's see, can you see? Let's see what you see. Put your foot close and lean into it. Now, first of all, you're just gonna go slow. The whole idea, put a little bit of pressure, is you wanna fill that notch up with dust. It's getting some dust in there. And then once it's filled up with dust, then you start beating down on it. Then you should have a coal. So now that we got, you can see we got a coal there. You can take your time, it ain't going nowhere. Let's go ahead and transfer that over. So there we go. Got us a little fire. And that's how you make a friction fire with a bow drill.